All right, let me take care of something first, and there we go.
Take care of what?
Hi, I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom, and I'm also concerned. What did you take care of, Llytic?
And I'm a bag of potato chips. Chips. I am chips.
We are all chips.
Was that a dick move?
I guess.
Ah, fuck it. I'll bring him back. Welcome to the land of the living.
Can I go back to being dead?
No.
Oh.
Well, we're reading Forbiden Fruit still.
Yay.
Udard. Oh, fuck.
The funniest thing in this story so far.
Is me blocking you?
No. Udard.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, still talking about a terrible fan fiction based off vampires, and no, I'm not talking about 50 Shades. Stephanie Meyer had it well within her rights to sue EL and didn't.
That would have been an interesting court case.
Well, literally what she did was she ripped off her character. It was literally like publishing a fan fiction. Meaning that she stole someone else's characters, took someone else's IP to make her own story, and then sold it for money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Author's note. Can I have some reviews polls?
I thought you didn't like people hating on it. Now you're asking for it?
It's probably more people stopped hating on it than she wants reviews, but the only reviews are bad ones. So
yeah, she wants people to give it a good review. You know, kind of like when Kirk Cameron started begging people to give Saving Christmas good reviews. That's the thing that happened.
Chapter 5, The Talent Contest. It was a week later, and I felt like I was slowly dying inside. Welcome to the club. My life
we all do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. My life had crumbled into pieces, and I was alone in the horrible darkness of my mind. The four cheerleaders had followed me around. Followed me around school and been mean to me for the last week, making fun of my clothes and my purple streaked blonde hair, and saying I was too slim and that I had boobs like a prawn star.
Okay,
that's not an insult, really.
I've never known anyone to insult someone for being too thin unless they were just a fucking in some cases. Yeah, unless the person was anorexic, at which point you shouldn't be insulting someone. You should be talking them through it, saying, hey, you probably need to, stop trying to get this near psychotic level of control over your body.
Yeah.
Point is, I've never heard anyone off the internet say someone's too thin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's just kind of a dick move, honestly.
It's a dick move that doesn't happen in reality.
The internet is an interesting place.
Well, yeah, everyone has anonymity.
Its relay upset me, and also Uncle Larry had taken my clothes off and wrapped me loads of times last week, and even though Dave and Marie were back home now, every time they went out to different places, they left me with him, and he hit me and made me sleep with was so horrible I wanted to die every time it happened. Edward Cullen stared at me whenever he saw me at school, but I just anchored him and pretended he wasn't there. I was so embarrassed about what had happened, and I hated him for the way he made me feel and the fact that he was a cheater and an ass. I would probably have ended my life that week if it hadn't been for my lovely new friends Abigail, Rochelle, and Tiffany, who were all totally cool and helped me fight off the evil cheerleaders. I hadn't told my friends about Uncle Larry and Udard. Finally, I got a line where it says Udard. But it was nice to have some PO pal who liked me anyways. I sat in the cafeteria with them at lunch.
I'm already upset. The three of them were supposed to talk at the same time, right?
No, this is just one.
Apparently they aren't now.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's already broken her rule. I can't believe this.
Do we want to say it all at once?
Do you want to commit to where the artist hasn't or author?
Oh God.
I don't, but my opinion's probably not gonna be worth anything.
No, that's fine. If the author's not gonna do it, then. Hey Tiana, are you doing the talent contest tonight? Tonight? Rochelle asked me.
No way. I'm not good enough, I said shyly.
OMFG, are you kidding? You're a amazing singer. You're the best I ever heard. No joke, shouted Abigail.
When have they heard her sing?
I don't know.
Chekhov's singing voice. We've yet to have that.
Yeah. Zane.
Oh,
Zane.
fuck already?
Yep.
Yes. Stop playing porn games and pay attention.
I'm not. I promise you. I'm looking up something stupider. Anyways.
Porn.
No. D&D stuff. Anyways. Thank you, right? That's where I am?
Yes.
Thank you, but you're just being nice. I'm not that good, and even if I was, I wouldn't perform. I mean, I hardly want to contract more attention to myself than I already have. The whole school is already talking about me, saying what a freak I am. I just want to be an average person.
Again, the only freaky thing about this person is that she looks like a shitty harem character.
I thought she was also an aberration or whatever.
Well,
she was like ghostly.
I don't think we know
she's
what
just
she
pale.
Is yet.
Yeah. She's pale.
Yeah, she is literally a pale-skinned, blonde, skinny woman with big tits. I highly doubt people are going to be doing any rumors other than spreading any doing any bullying aside from spreading rumors that she slept with half the football team.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Ooh.
That would probably be the worst extent of it when it comes to bullying.
Yeah, probably.
It's the whole thing of teenage girls are judged a lot more harshly based on appearance, and from what we've seen, it wouldn't be a thing where she's getting wide-scale hate from the rest of the school.
Just the cheerleaders, apparently.
Apparently. Despite one of them being Bella Swan. The person who throughout the entire books was complaining about how average she was.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. Come on, Tia, you have to do it, Tiffany said. Jessica and Bella and the cheerleaders win every time with their dumb dance routine. It's so annoying. They aren't even talented. Someone needs to teach them a lesson, hun. Rude.
I don't know.
You can't just fucking say that about fucking Tia. Fucking rude ass. Anyway.
I don't know, maybe. I plimpled. What?
Plimpled.
I plimpled mutely, but I had no intention of actually.
Actually what? Tom?
Huh?
Snake?
You cut out.
Oh, actually doing it. Sorry.
Urban Dictionary, plimple.
I thought they just
another word for genital herpes.
I thought they just meant pimple. But okay.
I'm not sure how you pimple as a verb.
Not sure how you plimple as a verb either.
Apparently she genital herped.
Exactly.
Is that an adjective? Or a verb? Or just
suddenly genital herpes?
Oh God.
Suddenly pineapples.
Okay. Zane?
Yeah?
Read!
Later on, right?
Yes.
Later on, me and my friends sat in the crowd and watched the contest. The cheerleaders did their dance routine and they weren't that awesome. They were just wearing slutty clothes, so all the guys...
You literally were wearing a fishnet top with a lace bra underneath earlier. You have no room to judge anyone.
And because they were popular, no one was allowed to say they sucked. I don't think you know how high school works, kid.
I think the writer might have been homeschooled.
At the end, Bella ran to Edward's arm, and I felt flames of jealousy burning up inside me. They kissed for a long time, and although he looked at me the whole time, I still wanted to cry and scream.
That's creepy. That is really
just kissing one person, just
while side-eyeing someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Thinking of you, Goku. The principal caked up on stage and said,
and now for our final act. Atlantiana Rebecca Lauren. Everyone looked at me and I was shocked.
OMFG, who put my frigging name down for this? I screamed.
Who knows, girl? Just get up there. Abby pushed me towards the stage and I went up there.
I sang Total Eclipse of the Heart, punk rock version, so it wasn't sappy and lame or anything. 0.
No, I'm pretty sure it's still lame.
And everyone watched me. I was embarrassed at first, but everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. Except the cheerleaders who looked totally mad. LOL.
Why?
I don't know. I don't care. So I sang louder and louder, and my voice soared higher than ever, was like magic. I was wearing a purple lacy top cut low enough that you could see my bra, and a black skirt and purple fishnets and spiky black heels. Song finished, and everyone looked happy and clangled me?
Clangled at me.
Clangled at me, and I went blushing.
Clangle.
And I went blushing to sit on my friends, not with them, on them.
You're telling me you don't sit on your friends?
You don't too?
No, because that's weird.
Hey.
No, it's not.
So long as you say no homo when you're sitting on your friend's lap.
Remind me to kill whichever one of you beaches, Tree. Put my name down for this, I said, but I was smiling.
Okay. No homo. I was inside you last night. Yeah, but I said no homo after. Good. LOL, shouted Rochelle. It wasn't us, you know.
And the winner is Atlantiana Rebecca Lauren. The principal screamed ecstatically.
Well, technically she's pronounced that right.
Yeah. I went back up onto the stage and shook his hand.
Oh, God. It's like that fucking Joker joy buzzer.
Yeah, no, that's what I was actually thinking of. And
just falls over burnt.
And everyone applauded me and screamed my name except for Jessica and Bella, who looked like they were about to kill me. LMFAO. My eyes.
Depending on where in the timeline this is, it's quite possible that Bella is already a vampire.
Mm-hmm. My eyes strayed to where Edward stood gazing baldly at me. I almost fainted right then at the sight of him looking so hot and gorgeous. I didn't think anyone else had noticed, but he had a massive erection. It was so hot and sexual. Get with me.
My personal headcanon is that he wasn't in the front row, though. So she just saw it poking over the chair.
Oh, jeez. I saw...
Whoop. Hello there.
I saw Bella and Jessica storming out of the room angry that I had won, and I smiled.
Later on, I walked home happily. Then a car purred up beside me. It was Udard.
How do you do a textual version of English?
Like this.
Car purred up beside. Purred up.
I'm just imagining that it's like Udard's been a car this whole time.
Oh God!
Wearing
he
a fedora.
Is the car. Like instead of a head ornament, like it's his head. It's his actual head
with the fedora on it.
Oh God!
Forget that.
I'm just imagining that one Transformer episode where a human gets like this power belt or something that allows him to transform, and it just shows a human transforming into a car, and it's really stupid. And
it's just horrific looking.
Yep.
Get in the car. I'll drive thee home, sweet lady. Gag me. I think I'm gonna hurl. Jesus. Like, I actually feel sick after that.
How do you know how Zane feels?
Oh, God. He said in his beautiful old-fashioned speech.
I feel like this person's never read Twilight, actually.
This is neither beautiful nor old-fashioned. Well, actually, it might be similar to the movie Old-Fashioned in that it's fucking horrible.
Haha, sick bird. Nice job, dude. Oh, man.
I did as he told me without knowing were quite for my night. What?
Who's speaking? Okay.
You.
Okay. No, I'm seeing if it's Bella or Edward who's speaking. I have to do the sexy voice, don't I?
That line almost made me vomit up the eel I had earlier. Ugh.
Ah,
I don't want to vomit up the eel. Eel's fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Vom some up for me. I want some.
Well, you want me to, like, baby bird it to you?
Yeah.
Alright, just scooch over here so I can vomit it into your mouth.
Alright.
Just over onto this side of the couch.
Just gotta move. Oh, boy. Oh, no.
Anyway.
You're awesome tonight. You have a stunning voice like silk and satin in the moonlight.
What does that mean?
I don't know. You looked beyond beautiful up on that stage, like an old painting in a church. Are you calling her old?
Yes.
Okay.
Though coming from him, that doesn't mean much. Actually, that does mean a lot now that I think about it. He's like almost 200, I think.
Yeah, just wanting to clarify. Okay.
Imagine getting to watch your own painting rot in front of you. Like it's just a headshot of your face.
So
but
what?
You slowly watch it turn into that shitty Jesus rework or try.
Oh god!
So why are we talking about the portrait of Dorian Gray?
No. We're not talking about the portrait aging in your stead. We're talking about the portrait literally just rotting away due to old age.
Oh.
Well, yeah. Like imagine an elf. Like elves probably don't have a lot of paintings since they probably outlast their own paintings.
Or they just use magic to make them last as long as they do.
Magic is for bitches.
Yeah, I know.
That's
exactly.
why I don't use it.
Well, no, you don't use it because you are a bitch.
No, I don't use it because I can't. I'm only human after all. So.
Yeah, weak.
Yeah, we have guns.
Weak.
Weak. Oh well. I wanted to charge right at you and kiss thine lips right there. He still had a huge erection.
Bad touch.
He still had a huge erection, and I wanted to touch it so badly, but I didn't.
Tom, why the fuck did you say that? Now read what it says there.
That's what it says there.
I think Bella might have something to say about that. I snapped. Where is she, Niue?
Where is she, Niue? At home sulking because she lost the contest and had a total hissy fit and cried for hours because thee was better than her in the contest.
Oof.
You are a shitty boyfriend.
Mm-hmm. How mature, I said sarcastically.
Sarcastically.
At that moment, Edward pulled his car to the side of the road and looked me touched my hand, and I slapped him hard in the face.
Looked me in the touched my hand.
You will never touch me again, you
touché.
sicko!
Touché. You will never touche me again.
Oh, you will never touche me. You will never touche me again, you sicko!
Hashtag.
Hashtag I will and kept hitting him. So relatable. In the face and the chest. Last week, I fucking begged you to sex on me and you turned me down. I have never been so humiliated in all my freaking life. What the hell is wrong with you? 1 minute you're all over me, the next it's like I don't even exist. Don't fucking touch me ever.
It's complicated, my lady. I'm sorry I hurt thine feelings. It's just I can't resist thee, but I can't be with thy either. Thy what? What? What about her either? I never meant to drag thou into this mess. It's not the fault. I totally ruined everything. I'm so sorry. I'm despisable.
It's me or her, I said bluntly.
I can't
choose
make
neither.
That choice, Tia. He went. I choose the threesome option.
Leave room for Jesus. Oh shit, threesome? Is he going to be railing me or am I going to be railing him?
What do you
What
prefer?
do you think?
Railing Jesus.
Oh boy.
Oh god, I feel the Holy Spirit inside me.
I don't know whether to be offended or just to laugh.
Both.
Okay.
You are going to have to.
First thee have to tell me who thou relay are, he said. Who are thy parents? What are thee?
My mom dies. Spoiler!
No, read the full part of that phrase because it gets even weirder.
My mom dies when I was bored.
Anytime I'm bored, my mom just dies.
I never knew my father,
That's it.
I said.
We both know that's not the full story. You're a vampire, like me.
OMFG, I'm not a frickin' vampire. I think it'd have noticed, you total dipshit.
Yeah, she would have starved to death by
I've
now.
been this age for years.
She's just really hostile.
15-year-old body in like kindergarten.
You don't drink human blood? He asked.
I don't drink any blood, you asshole. This is your idea of a joke. Is this your idea of a joke? Because no one's laughing. I don't know. We're kind of laughing. I got out of the car and ran away feeling insulted. I didn't want to see that stupid hot jerk ever again. I went home. I couldn't get rid of the memory of his sharp erection.
Jesus.
Talk about a wooden stake.
Oh my.
He just like fucking heart fucks other vampires to kill him.
No.
Thrusts through the rib cage.
You just see him screeching as he jumps at somebody, and they're just like, "What the fuck?" As his like his steak dick just like pops out of his pants and slaps into them.
Just plunges straight into their chest through their heart.
It's just oh, so that's how Vlad the Impaler got his name.
Hey.
Let me tell you, I'll impale you all night, baby.
Oh, that's so hot. Oh fuck no! Oh, not like this.
Oh god. Of his sharp erection and deadly cold body, I cut myself and went to sleep in tears.
This is my immortal. Ugh.
Hey yo, can I get a heart job?
Oh jeez. Author's note. Don't all just attack me for the things written in this chapter about Tia's parents. I haven't explained everything yet, and it will make more sense later.
Will it?
I don't think it will.
Chapter 6, The Curse.
Number 15.
Oh, Eudard, your skin is so white.
Your eyes like pale amber out of sight.
Pale angel in my eyes.
Here like gold rosy sunrise.
I read the words of my poem out quietly. I had written a poem about Edward. I just couldn't help myself. I hated myself for doing it, but I couldn't get him out of my mind, nor that foot lettuce. And it was the only way I could deal with my feelings. Suddenly my mind went black, and I fell into a trance. A tall, pale man stood in front of me, all ghostly and misty like he was only half there.
What if it was actually Edward?
An anonymous 4chan user posted this picture of my father.
Tom?
I'm trying to think if I should give him a voice or not.
Well, it's Caius, so.
Caius?
Yeah, he's supposed to be like the leader of the Volturi.
You just read the next line, didn't you?
No, I've read this fan fiction before.
Oh, okay. Oh, I won't give him a voice then. My daughter, he moaned.
Who are you? I whisper quietly.
Who are you? Who are you?
Who are you?
Who am I? God, I wish I could imitate Neil Breen's voice. Who are you? Fuck, I can't do that voice.
No.
I'm your father. I am Caius from the Volturi. You're in terror and peril, my daughter. Beware the vampire boy called Edward.
Thank goodness his actual name is Udard. That was a close call.
Why? I said.
You mustn't let him sex you. Oh god, this person was probably a virgin.
Well, obviously.
Oh no, just don't let him sex you. Or the curse your mother tried to protect you from will fall on you! You'll become a vampire! Ooh! Oh, I mean, that's more of a ghost, but anyways.
Ooh.
And you will never be safe. Only as a human can you be safe from them.
Also, I'd like to point out that this would imply that she is in fact a Damphir, which in the Twilight canon are shown to age at an accelerated rate until they reach maturity.
Oof.
So there's a possibility that she has looked this way for like 10 years.
Oh no. I also
Just like when she was fucking 5. like I was joking earlier, kindergarten, same body.
Oh no.
Just like crammed into one of those little children desks.
So you're saying she had the boobs of a porn star at kindergarten?
Oh god.
Oh god.
It's like a reverse version of the immortal Lolly character.
It really is, and that's just disgusting.
Yeah, I'm sorry I ever put that image in your mind.
I'm sorry for bringing that image to like the worst place possible.
God.
Then he faded, and I was awake, and Uncle Larry was standing at my door.
Take your clothes off now, you moldy slut!
Moldy?
Said Uncle Larry at his teeth, and he smiles horribly with his yellow teeth.
No, I won't. I screamed, but Uncle Larry came over and hit me. I was strong for my size, but he was a huge fat man, like 300 pounds in weight and stronger than me. He took my clothes off and chained me to the bed.
Why are those in the room?
Why did he bring those? Like, imagine like trying to explain to his parents why he had chains on him.
His parents? You mean his brother or
His
sister?
brother. Yes, shut up.
We don't know if it's on Dave's side or Mary's side.
Either way, why he brought chains with him to their house.
Yeah. I knew he was going to rape me again, but at that moment someone came running into the room and hit Uncle Larry across the head with a stick and knocks him out cold. He didn't kill him. Uncle Larry laid there bleeding, and I looked up at Edward.
I'd like to point out with how the vampires are in Twilight, he wouldn't need the stick. Their bodies are described as living marble. He could just knock on the back of his head.
Yeah.
OMG, my sweet lady, he cried. What has this frightful asshole been doing to thee?
The fuck you think?
Also, can we just point out how terrible these foster parents are for not realizing stuff like this was happening or letting it happen?
Well, I mean, granted, no one seemed to realize with Oreo, but at the same time, this guy seems a lot more obvious than him.
Yeah.
He's been raping me and hitting me. I wept sadly as Edward unchained me and put my clothes on. Oh, and I put my clothes on. Whoops. That almost got weirder. Edward turned away while I was dressing, so he wasn't perving on me. He stripped you before. And looked down at the poem I had written.
For truth, these are the most beautiful words I have ever seen.
They fucking aren't!
No, they're not. It makes me feel so very moved, he cried. I wish I wasn't promised to someone else, then I could write poems for thee.
Why are you promised to Bella anyways, I asked.
Because I made a promise that I can't break it. It would be rude and ungentlemanly. God, the fedora-ness. Yeah.
Oh,
Bella never used to be like she is now. When I fist met her.
Let you.
Oh god, the thought of fisting made him sneeze. She was sweet and shy, and was never nasty about everybody, but she has changed and so have her friends. I know what made her change. Apparently electricity did. Maybe it is mine fault. She just seems angry all the time now.
Maybe it's because you keep flirting with other women.
Yeah, maybe it's because you keep hitting on everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's not an open relationship.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess, I said.
Does it? Does it?
We left the house and went to walk in the woods. We talked about loads of things, and it turned out we had a lot in common. We liked all the same music and movies and books and stuff, and it was like magic.
The Gathering. Because we're just making the neck beardiness even more ridiculous. Oh god. First we had wolf beard, now vampire beard.
Even if this series is only 2 parts, I really want you to draw a thumbnail of like vampire.
Oh god. I might draw a picture of that and post it on Twitter.
Okay.
Oh god. Alright, let's see. You know, maybe Bella is unhappy because you guys are not in love like you used to be, and you should break up with her so she can move on and Yor can be happy, I say. Homewrecker.
Yep. She always used to say that she'd kill herself if I left her. I could not.
Don't let the shed kill itself.
we keep the lawnmower in.
Oh god, I used the lawnmower to do it.
Oh no. I could not be responsible for her death. I just don't get what has happened to her. She used to be nice and sweet like thou, my lady. I'm falling in love with thou, and it is all such a darn mess. Okay.
Hey, let's watch the fucking language. You're on thin fucking ice, Udard. If I see you pulling that shit again, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass.
He hit a tree in frustration, and it broke. He was so strong. I guess because he was a vampire.
Gee, you think?
Really?
Honestly, my favorite idea is that vampires have the same bodily strength as humans. It's just that because they can regenerate, they don't need to worry about breaking their bones.
Yeah.
So, like, sure, they shattered their forearm, but they also broke the tree.
You're falling in love with me? I asked, my cheeks going all red and my heart starting to soar. He then looked over at me, seeing the flesh and blood in my cheeks, gave in to his vampire urges and ate me. Or drank my blood, whatever. I forgot what they do in this universe.
They drink blood. This isn't like Appetite, where we have it to where someone can be eaten in a matter of seconds. Oh, actually, that does remind me, it's stated in Twilight at one point that a vampire was able to completely drain all the blood out of a human body in a cut between a person's fingers in less than a second.
That sounds like magic.
The hydraulics required for that.
That sounds like magic is involved.
Just think about... like, their hand would explode.
Yeah, probably.
Like, sure he managed to do it through that small cut, but at the same time, the head fucking exploded. OMG, forget I said that. He looked really embarrassed, and it was so cute. He had a big erection, too.
That was less cute.
I retched out.
She vomited up a hand. Also.
I reached out and grabbed his hard, throbbing male object.
Just vomited out an arm and grabbed his dick with it.
We couldn't control ourselves anymore, and we both fell down on the floor and got naked and made love.
Stick a twig in my ass.
It was amazing and lasted hours, and I had never been so happy in my life. I felt like I could die with happiness. But after a while, Edward started to freak out and cry.
Hey, it's called climaxing, and there's no problem with it.
I have been such a fool, he screamed. I should not have let that happen. I hope thee can forgive me. I must return to Bella! And he ran away.
Bella! Ow. I could not believe it. It was like my world was caving in all around me. I was so shocked and angry. I couldn't even cry or scream. But as I lay there, I started to feel different. Like, relay different. I suddenly remembered what my father had said to me about not making sex with Edward. Well, you made sex with Udard, it's okay. Or he would turn me into a vampire. My skin started to get all hard and pale, and my eyes could suddenly see a lot clearer than before. I could also hear lots of little noises even form relay far away. I even wanted to drink blood. I could smell a human coming closer. He was almost here. Also, I feel the need to point out that the whole thing with Twilight is that, like the Twilight vampires, is that all the bodily fluids within them have been replaced with what's referred to as vampiric venom, which is basically the conduit for what turns people into vampires. This, if we take it to its most logical extreme, would mean that his saliva, as well as his semen, would turn people into vampires.
So she's actually being lore accurate?
Technically. Well, no, that never happens in the Twilight books, weirdly enough. But it's what is implied should happen.
Interesting.
I swear there's gonna be there's gonna be that one person in the comments. It's like, why does Llytic know so much about Twilight? Is he like fucking gay or something?
Of course he is.
Yes. Oh, you think I only go out? You think I only settle for men? You are like small child.
There you are, you horrid slug. It was Uncle Larry. Where have you been? I'm going to rape you. I just said that.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but God, that's on the nose.
There you are.
Rape you now.
I'm gonna rape you.
It's like that.
It's like the rapist from Whitest Kid You Know.
Oh, my first thought was like the one villain from the like DBZ abridged version of the Frieza arc.
Yeah, Zarbon.
I'm gonna rape you. Well, now you're just being a lot less subtle.
To be honest, you're not completely changed. Just being just a whole lot less subtle. But oh god.
Something in me snapped. I jumped at him and broke his neck. And Something in me snapped.
Potter.
Mr. Potter! I screamed at my uncle not named Potter. I jumped at him and broke his neck and drank his blood. I'd always been strong for my size, but I was super strong. He looked so surprised, and it was so good. Soon I dropped him to the floor, and he was dead.
Yeah, that happens when you break someone's neck and drain their blood.
He shall not be missed.
I kind of wish it was like any of the kills in fucking I Spit on Your Grave. Cuts off his dick and then plays like a fucking record player to just drown out the noise.
Oh.
Thanks for the reviews.
Chapter 7. Surprises.
Surprises.
I woke up sheepishly and wandered where I was for a minute. I got out of bed, wondering if all the things that had happened to me last night were just a dream. I went downstairs for breakfast and sat down with Dave and Marie. They looked at me and smiled adoringly.
Fuck, that reminds me of another thing. In the Twilight books, it stated that vampires have no need to sleep, and that's why, like, in the Cullen household, there are no beds. But do any vampires just sleep for fun? You know, kind of like with Amethyst in Steven Universe, she doesn't need to sleep, but she does it anyway because she enjoys it? Like, do any vampires of the Twilight universe do that?
It's like, it just kills time.
Asking the real questions here.
Fuck, Stephanie Meyer, if you're listening to this, hit me up. I'd love to have a talk about this.
Let's talk your vampires. We want to know everything about them.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious because it's the whole thing of if she hadn't have called them vampires, people would have been bitching about her for just for them being just vampire knockoffs and not just sacking up and calling them vampires.
But now that they are vampires, people are upset it's not the vampires they know.
Yeah, because they're fucking vampire supremacists or some shit.
That's racist.
Against specific types of vampires.
Yep. Anyways, wow, Tia, I love your hair and contact lenses. You look so beautiful, said Mary with her face all bright and happiness.
Her face was happiness.
What if, like, let's say vampires are real and they do get things like red eyes or whatever, or just things that would, like, show that they're not humans, right?
Yeah.
But it's the modern age. So, like, all the would-be I turned into a vampire people have to pretend to be goths or emos because their skin's getting pale and their eyes are red and they just look pretty edgy all the time, even if they can't help it.
Or the paleness thing could just be a thing where it's just supposed to be implying that they don't tan. Like, they could easily hand-wave that. The eyes thing could be fixed with contact lenses, which being as they're vampires likely wouldn't affect their vision, or sunglasses.
Would
on top of that, depending on the school of thought we're going, it could be a thing where either they get killed by sunlight or they're just weakened by sunlight. If they're weakened, all they'd really need is like an umbrella in harsher conditions.
Would tanning beds still kill a vampire? It's not
only if we're in the school of thought in which the sunlight outright kills vampires, and not like the original Dracula in which it severely weakens them instead.
Because I guess it depends on if the tanning bed does the same kind of light the sun does.
Well, it does UV rays, which is the whole thing with like with your skin tanning is that it's your body reacting to UV rays by producing more melanin in order to block them out so it doesn't damage your DNA.
I see.
So a vampire wouldn't have that defense. So you could say that the weakness to sunlight is because of the fact that their body's unable to change and don't produce melanin, therefore they need to be constantly rehealing themselves and regenerating when they're out in the sun, unlike humans who can simply darken.
Yeah, and if it was a tanning bed scenario, being in that casket-like place, not being able to tan, they would constantly be regenerating, and it might actually wear them down to where they weren't able to regenerate anymore just because of the harshness of the light.
But that would also be torturing someone, which you probably shouldn't do.
Regardless
of whether or not they're a vampire.
Like, I could just imagine, like, they'd start screaming, and if they start screaming, the people around them be like, the fuck? Let's get them out of there. What's happening?
Well, it could be like a Moonlight situation where instead of them feeling physical pain as a result, they end up feeling something similar to, like, severe heat stroke and dehydration.
Or they just get sunburned really, really
Anyone
easily.
here remember Moonlight, that vampire cop show?
No.
That was a thing?
That was a thing. I honestly kind of loved it.
I might have to look that up. It sounds interesting.
Because I remember that show, and it actually kind of, like, influenced some of the things I go for with vampire lore. Like, the whole thing of sunlight not outright killing them, but severely dehydrating them.
Alright, so first episode of What Are We Watching? We're gonna watch Moonlight whatever the fuck.
I mean, granted, I also haven't seen it in years, so it could be the nostalgia goggles talking.
That's why it's the perfect time.
I don't know. For first episode of What Are We Watching, I kind of want that to be a Neil Breen movie.
Is that going to be a thing?
Might be, at some point. Of course, it'd be a whole thing where it has to be more of a highlight reel than anything else in order to copyright problems.
Yeah. Anyways, isn't there fan fiction to be reading?
Yes. I got up and looked in a mirror. Holy shite.
Holly leaf.
Oh god, don't remind me. I look totally different. Not different. Different. There is no first E.
Yeah.
For the first time, I could see my face was truly beautiful. I was even prettier than before. That also does remind me another thing of why vampires tend to not show up in mirrors in folklore is the idea of them not having a soul and mirrors being only showing once. That's the entire reason why vampires don't show up in mirrors in media.
Interesting.
Of course, that's also from an age in which the idea was anything that wasn't human didn't have a soul, and therefore immediately stopped existing when it died, which is also part of the plot of the original Little Mermaid, in the fact that unless she married and bore a human man's child, she would be unable to gain a soul, and therefore would melt into sea foam whenever she died.
And that's what happened, because the original Little Mermaid was a really sad and depressing story.
Which also, let's just talk about the fact that the way that apparently non-human women get souls is by getting knocked up by a human.
How do men monsters get souls then?
I guess they don't, but there's just something just horrifically like misogynistic about the notion of that's how they get souls. It's like, you're only worthwhile if you have children. Like, fuck. Anyway. It was even prettier than before. My eyes were a weird silver color like wet pools of noble moonlight in distant meadows. The fuck is with these analogies? And my ivory gold hair seemed to shiver like the sun's burned rays in the morning, with the purple streaks shining like neon lilac. I was radiant and magical and looked awesome. My skin was even more pale than before, and my features were more delicate and queen-like. My nose was small and dashing, and my cheeks were high and pale, and my chin was soft but majestic. I was amazed. Suddenly the phone rang and nuked me out of the silent staring. Dave answered it.
Nuked me out of it. I'm going to start
using
it.
Is also that does remind me, it's also stated in Twilight that vampires are capable of surviving a nuclear blast.
Wait, in Twilight?
Yes, despite the fact that the vampiric venom is also highly flammable.
Yeah, that sounds like
I guess it just implies that they can survive the impact and not the actual and not like the actual bursting into flames from inside.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, anyway. What?
But yes, just imagine the image of Robert Pattinson walking out of a nuclear blast unscathed.
That would be both terrifying and awesome.
I'm aroused just thinking about it.
Good for you. What? Oh my god, you're kidding. This is inconsiderable.
Inconceivable!
Yeah, no. I think that's what she was trying to write, but wrote inconsiderable. And he hung up.
What's happened, honey? Mary asked, smiling.
Uncle Larry is dead. It looks like he was ripped apart by a... Oh, Uncle Larry has died. Purple. It looks like he was ripped apart by a wild beast. I feel so sad. He was my brother. Oh, that answers that question. Uncle on Dave's side.
But does Bruno Mars is gay?
I don't know, does he? Out.
We need to read that at some point, like the entirety of it.
That'll be a fun short episode.
God. You mean short like the Mayo episode?
Yeah.
An hour long?
Yeah. Only one session.
I suddenly remembered what I had done, and I screamed and ran to school. I felt so awful and guilty for what I had done. He deserved it.
Well, you're still going to feel guilty about killing someone, regardless of what they did to you. The only way you wouldn't is if you were a complete total psychopath.
Yeah. I knew Uncle Larry was a perv and a racist, and even...
Wait, what?
And I guess that's new information that we hadn't really discovered now.
Don't know the whole story.
And even though he had raped me and tied me up and spanked me and made my life hell,
that last one seems like a smaller issue.
I still shouldn't have killed him. I'm pretty
sure you should have.
I was going to explode with guilt.
Please do.
I ran through the forest towards the school, but suddenly a large thing appeared in front of me. It was a bear, a big panda bear, sexual harassment panda.
Oh God, pedo panda.
I was actually referring to South Park, but okay. It was huge and fluffy and really cute, but I was scared as this was a totally weird thing to happen. I think that's the smartest thing that she's said in this entire story.
Yes.
Greetings, Atlanteana, it said. I was totally freaked out. Since when did a panda bear live in Forks, and since when did they speak? I was totally confused.
You're going in the wrong order of things.
I'm confused as well.
WTF? I screamed.
Okay, I just took a minute because the name just kind of caught me off guard there. I'm a panda bear.
You don't say.
My name is Snooflanty Tatuna, but you could call me Snoofles.
A talking panda bear! I shouted furiously.
A talking cat? A talking panda?
This panda bear has become my favorite character in this series.
A Halloween puppy? A talking pony? Fuck, what are... No, I suddenly wanted to say, like, the queercore films made by the same guy in that same tone, but I couldn't remember the names of any of them. Fuck. I cannot talk like humans can, but you're not human anymore, so you can understand me. Okay, is this supposed to be like the individual powers that every vampire gets in Twilight, or is this just supposed to be... I guess it is the individual powers, like the fact that Bella got immunity to other powers, Edward got the ability to read minds, that one, like, adopted sister of Edward got the ability to see the future, there was that dude with the ability to create earthquakes. Fuck, I do know too much about this series. But yes, in the Twilight series, basically everyone that becomes a vampire gets some sort of, like, personal power that only they have, pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting take on things.
It is. That could have been interesting with, like, slightly better writing. Like,
yeah, it was... And
there were some good ideas in that series. Like, there was actually...
And maybe if it wasn't, like... If they would have made it into something other than, like, a vampire and they didn't have to, like, drink blood or something, then...
Well, then it would have just been the X-Men.
Well, yeah, but, like, they could have come up with, like, a whole new race of things and just come up with a, like, just a new...
So basically get rid of the blood drinking thing, but quite possibly keep the immortal living marble being?
Yeah, something like that, and just, like... And they can turn... like, humans and other creatures into their own species, and just... I'm sorry. I'm not gonna keep talking.
There was an actual, like, legitimately interesting thing mentioned, and that being that Edward and his adopted sister, the one with the ability to, like, see the future, would literally play psychic chess games completely in their head because of the fact that he was able to read her mind and she was able to see into the future. So they would literally just do all the moves through there.
That is interesting, actually.
Yeah, like, that's actually a fascinating idea.
That's really creative.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird how I've actually been saying good things about Twilight throughout this.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those series, just based on how you've been describing it now, it sounds like one of those series that has some good things in it and other things that are just like, okay, this could have been done better. Like,
yeah.
Like in the Aragon stories, that could have been done better. But like,
but that also probably, like, if he had waited until he was older to start writing it instead of writing it while he was still in high school.
Yeah, and
it definitely feels like it was written by a high schooler.
Okay, and just everything. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to say this because I think I actually did have a partial bandwagon part because a lot of my friends jumped on the bandwagon of hating Twilight, but it's like I kind of just want to look into this just to see the different parts of it now.
Like, if it weren't for, like, the poor characterization and, like, the poorly done melodrama, there was actually something there that would have been interesting. Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of series that could have been done better, but they just weren't. And
yeah,
I don't.
It's that whole thing. Like, the entire reason the bandwagon of hate even started was because of a whole bunch of other teenage girls that wanted to be differentiated from other teenage girls. So they started doing, and so they basically aggressively went after anything that was stereotypically liked by teenage girls. And so it's like, well, no wonder Stephanie Meyer had her, like, fucking, like, messages sent to her filtered to get rid of negative comments, being as it was either a swarm of people telling her to kill herself or a swarm of people getting upset because Bella wasn't going after Jacob.
Yeah, no, just.
It's like, yeah, I'd have my fucking comments filtered too.
Yeah, well, one of the things she's made quite a bit of money off of that, so that's a plus for her.
I mean, granted, the host was awful, but
oh, she wrote the host as well.
Yeah.
Okay, I think my sister read that and told me a little bit about that, and it was it's just like she's like, this is really interesting. It's like, nah, I'm good. I don't
it's
think
an interesting premise having to deal with like two people in one body, but then you have and only one of them like vocally speaking, but then you have like the movie had it to where you could hear the person that wasn't speaking out loud.
Yeah.
And so throughout the entire movie you have a fucking running commentary. What? No, stop doing that.
Hey.
There's also the whole thing of like she created an alien invasion situation in which it's like, well, this makes no goddamn sense. Also, why did they switch to humans when previously they had giant monster spider alien things that they were in control of? Why would you downgrade to humans?
Yeah. Is it a downgrade though?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Spider monster, human. Spider monster, human. Also, if you're wondering why we aren't continuing, we are what's the word I'm looking for?
Stalling.
Stalling. We are stalling, waiting for Zane to come back.
Yeah, I don't know where he disappeared to, but that's why he hasn't been speaking up.
I could pull up lyrics and do that whole fast rap thing because no one on the channel's heard that.
I mean, if you wanted to.
Come on. You know it's entertaining.
For you, maybe.
Hey.
Fine, go ahead.
All right. Fucking found the lyrics for Find the Keys by Stupendium. Loading. Come on, kids, gather around. It's time to meet a marvel of light and sound. He's here for fun, so don't you frown. He'll be right here when the reels are wound. He's bendy, darling little devil himself. He's friendly, singing, dancing straight to hell, descending down to where the wickedness dwells. 3 cents, please. Take a seat, start completing your well. I came back to silly vision. I really wish I didn't. Been here a minute, and I instantly wish I could read it. Something hint, think I blinked, saw a scribble, even dip within the dope sheet. Some unholy tome is written. Was this gig meant to be full of figments of demonic pigment? I don't think the proper use of the equipment front tires from the page into existence. No longer on the stage, golden age has gone away. Sketchy spooks want to play, sing along, or be erased. More than this place is rep stain. Who will clean up the sink? Pigment is a sick stain, let alone when it can maim. I've had enough of those rubber hose, murder tunes, ink overflow, puppet show at the turn me into twos. 12 frames a second, everyone is spelling certain doom, mowing through a load of goo that's grown into what Joey drew. We left forgotten on the blotter. We just want a chance to be. The creator couldn't save us. You'll be slain by our machine. Think that I might go insane now as I try to solve this mystery, but you know that in between the breakdowns, you can always find the keys. Darkness aroused, no house, mouse, ink, pen, king, pain, you're in my house now. No survival kit, chuck your textbooks out, no illusion, it's life, and I'm devout. So you call yourself an artist? Well, I don't think you even know what art is. They said art is just catharsis, so nice pieces are all pieces of carcass. Had a little Fleischer inspiration, and I works hard for it. You could waltz right in, take part of it, sing a merry melodies harder, so you drawn a line I gave it life in artifice. You got the telegrams where there ain't no parlor tricks, just better get a couple candlesticks, a fertile engine, Lazarus through my pen and masochistic avarice. Family fun turned creepy crawly, Frankenstein meets Franken Ollie, who says smells have to be jolly, smile a mild defiling body, silly spooks got hella gory, probably an allegory, house of laughter, slaughter, and fun time factory fell to fall. Soon enough, you'll come around, embrace this darker art. What goes up must come, everything moves in arcs. You've been walking around in cycles and you've had your ups and downs. When you passed out, we made contact extremely deep underground. I've been drawing 7 circles, and that's where you can be found because these creatures need their sheep so we can free us from these bounds. Can you hear them crawling in the pipes around the sanctum? Your sacrifice free me from the shell I'm trapped in. I've got some questions about the chair I'm strapped in. Hush, little sheep, can meet a pal of mine with black wings. I'm being hunted by unwanted children's picture shows by some unholy ghost that broke out of the Zoe trope. The devil's doodling, and I guess he found the rotoscope because now his scrolls can walk the halls of fallen studios. Twisted animated, black magic machinated. Don't let them get you there. Virtues hurt for less of paper. The squats will stretch you through the gears of their accursed creation to bring to life a new imagineered abomination. Darkness reigns incarnate at the heart of this machine. Just how deep this inkwell goes is remaining to be seen. I think I might go insane now as I try to solve this mystery. But you know, in between the breakdowns, you can always find the keys. Oh, God.
What are you reading?
We were waiting for you.
Sorry, I had to do something. And
yes,
we're talking.
I know. Oh, fuck. Now, it reloaded to the same place. Did I say that you probably have other powers too yet, Parp?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. You can talk to animals. You probably have other powers too, you just don't know it.
Like what? I said.
Electricity.
Unlimited power! And she just starts shocking everyone.
Oh god, electrocutes the panda.
Oh no, not the panda.
Not Snoofles.
Panda.
I don't know. Touch that tree, said Snoofles, smiling at me. I touched the tree and concentrated hard, and even though it was winter, the tree suddenly started to bloom huge bunches of flowers. Flowers cascaded down like a river onto the bare forest floor. I took my hand away in horror. Flowers were so beautiful they made me think of Edward. Ew, that guy. Then I remembered how he had left me after we had made love, and I became angry. I touched another tree and it burst into flames.
Now she started a forest fire.
So the trees turned into things that somehow reflected how I was feeling.
You don't say. OMG, how is this possible? I said.
Don't ask me. I'm just a panda. Lol. Said Snoofles with a big grin, and he raised his eyebrow. But I'm so happy to find a person who can understand my speaking. I always wanted a human friend. Will you be my human friend?
Well, I'm a vampire, so no. I'll be your vampire friend.
Well, yeah, okay, I said. But I have to go to school now, so I'll see you later, Snoofles, okay?
In the news today, a stray panda got hit by a truck. No idea what it was doing in Forks fucking Washington. That's cool, said Snoofles. I will see you later.
I ran away and was totally weirded out by my meeting with Snoofles.
Now?
I was almost in a trance at school, and even though people stared at me and made comments about my new appearance, I had never cared less.
That's why I'm bringing it up.
In gym class, I ran around dressed in my gym clothes. I was playing dodgeball, and the cheerleaders kept throwing their balls at me really hard, like biatches.
No, that's just how you play dodgeball.
Yeah, but I was dodging them.
At least you're not playing it on Alternia. Because then it's to the death.
That sounds fun.
But I was dodging them at the speed of light.
Oh god, everything bursts into flames. She destroys all life on Earth. She breaks the light barrier and the Earth just explodes.
Laura came over to me and tries to hit me over the face with her balls. And I slapped her in the face.
Just drape them over my eyes. Just drape them over my eyes like a welder's mask. WTF, you freaky goth tutor bitch! What? She shouted with her ugly face flapping like a big bag. What?
Okay.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Did she go like full deep sea fish and her mouth is just like ridiculously wide?
I don't know, maybe. Leave me alone, yeah? I said, looking more than ever.
No, I'll never leave you alone because you're so weird. What has happened to your face? It's like your planet. You're so pale and delicate, it's freaking everyone out, and we all hate you.
What?
Your boobs are like 3 times bigger, too. What the hell?
Oh, God, no. Why?
Anymore. They're beach balls.
Ew. Too much. Too much.
Like floating into the air like a balloon.
Stop. Why?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Zane.
Zane started describing something people jerk off to.
Really?
On the regular. Yes, that is a thing.
Cool.
It's really not.
No, it is. It's a thing.
No, it's not cool, is what I'm saying.
I was so mad I pushed her, but when my hands touched her, her skin started to blister and froth in a totally gross way, as opposed to a not gross way, I guess. And she got struck by a bolt of wasn't dead or anything, but she looked totally disgusting and she got taken to the hospital.
What the fuck?
I think she got struck by a bolt of lightning inside the gymnasium. Indoor lightning.
So apparently her power is breaking reality. Okay.
I guess she has the same elemental powers as fucking
Static Shock?
No. Fucking cunt shit. Fuck.
The Link fanfiction.
Yes, that bitch.
Oh.
Jinna Silverblade.
Was that her name?
That was her last name. So I guess she has the same elemental powers as her.
Oh no.
That's bad.
That's horrific. A vampire with all those powers?
Yeah.
Hi, my power is being a Mary Sue.
Yes.
I didn't look for my friends, and after gym class, I sat in the changing. Because I felt so sorry for what I had done to Uncle Larry and to Lauren. I was sat there wearing a very short leather mini dress and red ripped tights and a skull necklace and a gothic top hat with feathers on it.
You cannot wear hats in American schools.
No, even if they have a very lax dress code, you're not allowed to wear hats for some reason.
Apparently it counts as a disguise.
Okay, then.
I mean, if the cameras are all above you and you're wearing a hat, it might be hard to face.
Yeah, you can't see the eyes.
Yeah, okay. Understandable.
Just wear a hoodie.
Yes.
Oh, God. No, they get upset at that, too.
Yeah, but just don't listen to him.
Suddenly, I heard voices from behind me.
Tia!
Yes.
T-Word! It is I, Edward Cullen, said Edward. I turned to kook at him, and he gasped in a high-pitched way and fell over onto the floor.
Yeah, I do that too if you kooked at me.
I was mad at him and totally upset about other stuff, so I didn't check to see if he was okay. He got up in a minute.
He just collapses to the ground when you look at him. Just flop.
Oof.
I fainted, Tia. That was so sexy and exquisite, I lost my consciousness. Oh, contentiousness. Thy face is even more sacred and filled with shining glory than before. I am amazed. Really now. But then he noticed I was crying tears of soft blood and he said, What is wrong with thee? Said Edward.
I killed someone. What even is that? You ordered?
Ewiddard. I think I worshipped that thing before.
Okay. I killed my uncle and drank his blood, and I think I made Lauren get stuck by lightning.
She's just like embedded in the lightning.
No,
like it's a fucking Bethesda game, and the lightning's considered an object.
No. What I'm thinking is more like, rather than like actually summoning lightning, it's just like a giant thing shaped like a lightning bolt, pinning her to the floor.
No, like when the lightning like disappeared, she gets sucked into the air.
Oof.
Jesus is a Bethesda character. Anyway. He
Okay,
glitched out and started T-posing into the sky.
It's okay, Tia. He was evil and no one cares about Lauren.
What the fuck?
Edward says to comfort me and he put his arms around me. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, technically that is kind of accurate to Edward, considering the fact that in Moonlight Sun it straight up says he contemplated how long it would take for him to kill everyone in the room with Bella for him to drink her blood. I'm not kidding.
Jesus.
That is a thing. What I did was awful, and anyways, get off me! I stood up and shook him off me. Pikachu! Don't come near me ever again. I haven't forgiven you for what happened last night. We did sex, and you left me there in the forest.
I'm sorry, I cannot stay away from thee, and yet I cannot be with thee either. He cried and threw his hands up and that was words.
Yes. Everything is words.
Our words are everything.
Make your mind up, Eudard. This is a serious thing. Either stay here with me now and screw me and be with me forever, or leave me and go with Bella. Make your choice right now.
I choose thee, Atlantanana. Bella is a big mean cow. Rude. And I can't be with her anymore. I will never leave thy side, my lovely damsel.
He started to cry and I kissed him. He was so amazing. His yellow eyes and tousled auburn hair and pale skin made me want to screw him all the time.
Weird taste.
I had never seen anybody look so perfect. I took off my dress so I was only wearing my underwear and sat on his knee and we kissed a lot. He touched me all
This
over
is
and
what
I felt
people do in sex, right?
He touched me all over and I felt dizzy and weak.
This is sex, right?
Do you mean it, Edward? You'll be mine forever.
I'm sorry, I'm just imagining like some fucking fucking preteen just like trying to like write out what they think a sex scene is like. This is what people do when they fuck, right? It does. I will be thy mate, he said beautifully in his fully hot velvet in his smooth hot velvet voice.
I found some handcuffs on a bench. They are in the gym lockers, mind you. The girl.
Maybe they have to keep him somewhere.
And I tied him to a hook.
That's not how handcuffs work.
Yeah, no, it's not. He was unable to move, and I took his pants down and looked at his throbbing lavender manfruit thing. Why do I get these lines?
Because you need to. Because it's the universe sending you a sign.
It was the most beautiful thing I had ever seen, and I put it in my mouth and sucked it, and he thrusted madly until he had an orgasm.
Yes, that's how oral works.
The hot juice flowered in my mouth, and
She coughs up a whole bunch of flower petals.
Suddenly a voice came from behind me.
What do you think you're doing, you evil rodent people? I hate you. I hate you both. Kill myself.
The way you cut out is I hate you both. Kill myself. Oh god, I swallowed my own saliva.
Pretty
hot.
hot.
I hate it when that happens.
Oh god, ow, pain.
Glad I'm not the one barfing for once.
Oh, yeah, sure, read. Read it again. Just after the I hate you both.
I hate you both, and now I'm going to kill myself.
It was Bella Swan. Next chapter.
Hey guys, sorry it's been so long since an update. I have been so busy lately. So I had a fight with my old beta, but I have a new one now, and she is helping me. By it, she is on vacation, vacaton this week. And next, so I no, that's actually promise. I promise I will sort the spelling mistakes out when I can. Didn't work.
Chapter 8. The Kidnap. I sat alone in the changes room. I was almost naked and looked awesome with my exotic lithely hair falling down over my face like a curtain of soft yellow cream with bits of purple in it.
I think the cream's gone bad.
But I didn't care how beautiful or exquisite I was anymore. Edward was gone. He had left to follow Bella to stop her from killing herself, and I was so mad.
How dare he stop someone from killing themselves?
How could he leave me like that after saying Bella was a cow and he didn't like her no more? I was pissed.
How dare he stop someone from killing themselves?
And the tears were falling down my face like a tepid summer rain of misery and woe. So I went home and skipped school and sat in my room in my black corset and leather panties, and I smoked some drugs and started to weep.
That just sounds uncomfortable.
Smoked some drugs.
Dave came in and made a big smiley face.
Hi, Tia. I didn't know you were home. How was school today? He didn't notice I was smoking drugs. He thought my cigarette of pot was a chapstick.
Dave's kind of dumb like that.
Again, these foster parents are like the worst ones ever.
They're not technically abusive directly, but they are fucking idiots.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Whatever.
Like, at the very least, it should be criminal negligence.
Yeah. Zane.
Fuck. It sucks. My life sucks. And I want to die. I screamed and my eyes glittered with beauty.
My eyes glided with beauty as I talked about killing myself. You teenagers and your problems, lol. He said, laughing a lot, and I knew he thought I was just some silly kid whining about homework and dumb boys and stuff. He didn't know I had killed a man and lost the love of my life and made Lauren get hit by lightning, and that all the kids in my school thought I was a freak because my face and bodies were so different from everyone else's. Her multiple bodies.
Well,
we are one. We are many. We are Atlanteana Rebecca Lauren.
Dave, you're a good person, but you're so fucking dumb, you asshole. I shouted at him, and I threw my ashtray at his head without touching it. It was so weird. Oh, telekinesis and these weird nature powers. Okay. Or maybe it was
that's not OP.
Or maybe it was just her controlling the wind with her elemental attunement or whatever.
Oh god, it's not even technically telekinesis. She's just like using wind magic.
It was so weird. Why did this have to happen to me?
Bear in mind, Dave just got hit by a fucking ashtray to the face when you read this, Zane.
Haha, I guess you're right, he laughed. He thought I was joking. I wasn't spoiled or anything. Yes, you fucking are.
You just got hit in the face with an ashtray. Why are you taking this so well? Are you like a slowpoke and it's gonna take like 5 minutes for the pain to register?
Everyone is a Bethesda character. You throw an ashtray at someone, all out, they don't register it.
It's so nice having you here, Tiana. You're so pretty. I swear, even prettier than before. And I think your boobs have grown.
Dad,
see,
what the
I
fuck?
knew it. I knew her boobs grew.
Dad, what the fuck? You can't be pointing this out to your daughter, Dad.
I mean, you can, but it just makes you a creep.
Yeah, I know they're like an E-cup now, I said. Dave smiled and patted me on the head and left.
Okay, then. Where were we? Hold on.
There
we go. Sick. I was so sick of being treated like a kid and no one listening to me that I got up and got dressed in a long black dress. Dressed in a long black dress and took some pills of drugs. And went out to the local nightclub, which was called Pablo Nightmare. I forget that. It was a goth club where all the cool people went in Forks.
If it's a club, no one cool is going there.
Bella probably had never even heard of it. Lol.
Well, she never goes outside.
I met Snoofles on the way, and he came with me. We went to the club and got drinks and started dancing to the heavy metal music. People there stared at us because I was so different looking, and Snoofles was a panda.
I think Snoofles is the big concern, not your vampire face.
But we didn't care. We were having so much fun. We were so drunk and had taken a lot of drugs, so my head was fuzzy like there was snow everywhere.
She about to bone the panda?
Who brought the fucking furry?
Hi.
Like, they don't even think it's an actual panda. They think it's a guy in a panda fursuit.
Maybe he really is, because the panda's the only animal she could talk to so far.
Hi, I'm your steak.
Or it's the one, or it's the only animal that's talked to her so far.
It's the only animal dumb enough to try.
Hi, you're called Tiana, aren't you? I am Jasper, and I got to your school. And Jasper Cullen, who was tall with blonde curly hair like straw, only soft and nice and not dry. He was tall. He was wearing a black pullover and red metal pointy shoes. Author's note, haha, the description sounded better in my head. Oh, well.
Well, at least she's owning up to that. I'll give her props for that.
Oh, just as a little thing before what comes up, if memory serves, Jasper Cullen technically fought for the Confederacy back when he was a human. Just to give you context for why what's about to happen is so fucking weird.
Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, whatever, I said. Why aren't you with that girl I always see you with?
You mean my GF Alice? He said and locked suddenly, very sad, and started to cry and bite down hard on his lips.
What is wrong, Jasper? I said.
The problem is... Wait, shit, southern voice. The problem is I don't love her like she loves me. I am gay, and that's wrong, and I feel so horrible about it.
Horrible about it. There's nothing bad about being gay, you know, I said.
Really? He said and looked shocked with his mouth open.
Yeah, it's proper normal, and Snoofles is gay and everything.
Oh, so this guy's gonna fuck the panda.
Which is really entertaining, considering the fact that pandas tend to forget how to fuck. I'm not kidding, that's a thing. Like, their mating season is technically only 1 day out of the year.
Oh.
So male pandas completely forget and try to stick it in, I would say the wrong hole, but apparently one has even tried sticking it in the wrist.
Oh, so that's why they're going extinct.
The Chinese government literally created panda porn as a way to educate pandas on how to do this shit. I'm not kidding. Like, to try and educate the zoo pandas. Like, hey, don't stick it in the fucking wrist.
Aye.
But there's like 1 day out of the year where female pandas are fertile.
Aye.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that would explain why it's why the pandas are like their population is declining very fast.
Well, that and the fact that people are cutting down the bamboo forest.
Well, yeah, that too.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. I said, and Stoofels waved, and Jasper waves back. He smiled, and we all started dancing together, and Jasper gave us some of his drugs.
Everyone has drugs in this.
Why would a vampire need drugs?
I don't know. We had a really good time, and Jasper met another gay guy called Vince, and we all got in his car.
Snoofles' car. Snoofles' car!
At the end of the night, and I drove around while the others all had sex in the back of the car.
Vampire, human, panda, three-way.
I was drunk, but because I was a vampire, it was okay to drive. I had better reflex than humans. Beater reflex than humans.
Beater!
That
Hey,
shit
beater.
fucking meme. That shit fucking meme. Hey, Peter, smell like cup. God, no. Fuck
But
those.
suddenly, something jumped into the road in front of us, and I had to stop the car and get out. There was a man standing in the middle of the road, and he was tall and muscular. He had black hair like the black feathers of a raven in the black darkness. No shit, that's pretty black.
What were they
Wow.
black feathers in the black darkness of a black raven?
He was good looking, but he looked so angry. I got out my samurai sword.
Because of course she has one
Weeb!
of those.
I have it with me. But someone jammed up behind me and tore it from me. There was like 10 people all grabbing my body in the darkness, and they put a thing over my face so I couldn't see. They tied me up. Difficult Monday. Okay.
Yeah, I tend to get kidnapped on a Monday.
Jasper, Snooples, and Vince were too busy doing gay sex on each other to notice. I could hear them grunting and humping and having orgasms on each other. It was so cute, but now was so not the time. The man who had caught me took me away, and something hit me over the head, and I was unconscious.
Really? Now of all times for you to fuck? When I awoke, I found myself in a small dark room in the tall muscle man. He's made of clams.
Oh no, it's a clam forged.
Fuck, we need to make that a thing.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Also, bee forged.
Bee forged are like the greatest thing ever.
It's filled with bees. They taste like pain. Oh god. Was in front of me. I was stripped down to my underwear, and I was chained to a chair with some metal chains, and I couldn't move.
Who are you, you wanky perv? I shoited.
So you see, I shoited at him.
I am Jacob! The Werewolf King! He yelled with eyes rolling around in his face. He looked so mad and crazy.
Yes, this is how I remember Jacob.
I like this version of Jacob, honestly.
Well, it was either that or Nice Guy Werewolf. Yeah, this might be better. No! screamed and I tried to break free. I was under so many heavy chains, so I looked at his wagging face instead.
What do you want from me? Why am I here? I started to cry.
Please say it the same way as before.
You must be punished for what you did to Bella Swan! He shrieked and the drool was sloping down his face just like rain, only thick and foam-like. You are half-bred! You should never have been born! Your father was a vampire and your mom a witch! It's weird and wrong, and now you've been broken Bella's heart! Half-bred! Half-bred! Half-bred!
Your father smelled of elderberries and your mom was a hamster.
Ow. Oh, fucking hell.
The fact that you were dying through that. Fuck, your deliveries have just been the highlight of this entire series. Also, it's weird and wrong. Yeah, freaky vampire witch sex. This dude was insane. He was so angry, he was jumping up and down. I'm just imagining him like kinda in a half squat jumping up and down while yelling half-bred.
just like a
half-bred! Half-bred!
Just like a goblin or something like that.
But something he said caught my attention.
What do you mean my mom was a witch?
Witch. Oh boy. My father used to know her! She lived here in La Push and she was a witch! She could make fire come from nowhere and control the weather and talk to animals and loads of other stuff! She was a freak like you!
It's just turning more and more into screaming!
Now I'm imagining Lemon Grab's voice on this.
Unacceptable!
Half-bred! Of course! It all made sense now! I was so shocked I faded. Really? It makes sense?
When I woke up, Jacob was in front of me and he was naked. He was smiling in a proper creepy way and looked totally weird like a greasy frog thing. And his male genital item was not nice like Edward's. It was like a horrible wet mushroom.
Yes, that's what a dick looks like.
He stroked my knee with it and I gasped. What was he going to do to me?
But God, I spit all over my screen.
But suddenly, before he could come any closer, the door of the room we were in burst open.
It was Udard.
Da-da-da-da.
Seinfeld theme.
And then the fic just ends here.
Yeah, but that's not actually what the author wrote. That's just what the person who reposted this to fanfiction.net put.
Yes.
Oh, God.
We're done with this one.
Half-bred!
That was an
half-bred.
Half-bred!
That was an experience, to be sure.
Half-bred!
Nice short and sweet one, at least.
Short, not so sweet.
Half-bred!
Stop loafing around.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. But yes, I'm Llytic.
I'm Tom.
I'm Udard.
And we'll see you next time if I can spell leave correctly.